My. All right. So, we're going to be talking about Amber Rose tonight. I just have to get the link out to the text notification squad. And if you're listening to this on various platforms, including, on one of the podcast platforms, if you want to be here for the live show, you can get live notifications like the one I'm about to send out right now. I'm refreshing to see when it populates because you can be here and be a part of the show and watch it live and not have to catch it after the fact by getting a text. Here is the link right here. Perfect. Yeah, you can get a text whenever I go live, and the service costs $1.99 per month plus fees if you're in the US, or if you are abroad, it's $4.99 plus fees, or you could pay the yearly $50 international or 22 in the US, and it supports the show, etc. So welcome in, welcome. I'm getting the link out to everyone. Amber Rose is swearing off men. That's what we're talking about. She's swearing off men and intercourse. And I want to tell you all because I feel like this is a trend that's been going on. You all have gotten in there. I'm going to get your comments on the screen in just a moment. Make sure that you get geared up to send your comments through via the apples because we are going to be taking cash apps and reading them live on the air. Give me just 1 second. I just have to turn everything on since we are live right now. Okay, so I got everything turned on. So let me get the link inside the text squad. And then I'm also going to send out the free notification via Telegram. You can also get free notifications. The link is in the description. So make sure that you get that. We have over 825 people on the text notification squad. So when I say this, you all are signing up. So I really appreciate that. We also have a chat group that we communicate with between broadcasts. So yeah, I'm happy to. Here we go. I just sent that out. I'm happy to be able to be with you all in these ways. All right. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I'm using my vegan makeup, and I've been experimenting with like a super high. You all can't see your comments. Let me see. Where are your comments at? So you all are talking about the makeup. Yeah, so I'm working on getting, because I did we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about, because I don't want it to be, because people then be like, oh, you take too long to get into the video. So let's just get live on all of these platforms. We will do a makeup tutorial, but you need to buy the makeup first. You need to buy the makeup first, but I got to get it in your hands. All right. Let's go ahead and get live on these other platforms. All right. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we are live on YouTube. Oh, my. I've been noticing a theme going on among women lately, right? And the theme has been to just abstain from men altogether. There are movements that are going on. Men first started trying to shame women, talking about you're going to have a cat and die alone and all of this. And then women started saying, you know what? Cats are dope. Dogs are dope. And they would rather be with the dog than with some of these dogs out here. I mean, you're calling yourself a dog anyway, right? So why not choose one over the other? And people are not getting it, that it is, for many women, a much better option to be with a peaceful, loving pet than a man wreaking havoc in your life. And you know what? Men are just not getting it. I did a video on my Clips channel. So I want you all to go, go to my Clips channel after you get off of this video. It's www.youtube.com/at Tonya TKO Clips. And there was a guy, he had like an Australian accent or something like that. And he was talking about how that's actually men's fear. They're the ones who fear dying alone. And you know what? Time and time again, I have not heard a podcast, except for these toxic podcasts with men who don't have healthy relationships with women anyway. I've not heard a podcast from an intelligent man who has said that women make men's lives worse. The general consensus is that men actually need the guiding of women to help steer their lives. You know, when women got the ability to work in Japan and they went out into the world, because they have this thing called salary men in Japan, and they were just there for the money. Once they retired, the family didn't even know who this man was. He wasn't even welcomed in the home. And without that, Japan birth rates are so low that whole towns are closing because they don't have enough kids to put inside the schools. The old people are dying and new people are not being regenerated. I it's so much to discuss, but we're here to talk about Amber Rose. And you know what? I'm not a big supporter of the whole, you know, celibate for life thing. I see somebody talking about team celibate in the comments. I'm not a big supporter of that. I'm a supporter of finding a person whom you can share that beautiful intimacy with. But I'm starting to learn that that is few and far between out here in these streets. I'm starting to learn that it's more trouble than what it is worth. And so let's jump into this whole Amber Rose. She says she was with a guy, and the guy cheated on her. Hair color on her. Cheated on her more than 12 with 12 different people. She left her husband because of the cheating. Oh my God. It's so sad, so sad, so sad. I'm in the wrong screen right now. I need to refresh this because you know how they.
Amber Rose is single and plans on keeping it that way. During an appearance on the Sofia with an F podcast, the model and actress opened up about her relationship history, which includes her past with Kanye West, 21 Savage, and ex-husband Wiz Khalifa. She also shared her thoughts on how men in general have changed over time. Rose explained that it is worse than ever, saying they are pretty disgusting out there and called men gross. She added that she is determined to be single for the rest of her life.
I don't want to share my house or my life with anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone around my kids. I don't want to have sex. It's so gross. I don't want it.
Rose also shared that she's okay with the idea of being a lesbian, but is also content with being by herself, saying that she was very happy to not be in bed with anyone. The 39-year-old's remarks come as her ex-boyfriend, 36-year-old Alexander A.E. Edwards, is dating singer Cher, who is 76. Rose and Edwards were together for 3 years before splitting in August of 2021, with Rose appearing to accuse Edwards of cheating on her with at least 12 different people. The couple share a son. It looks like
Wait a doggone minute. Wait a damn minute. Her baby daddy is now with Cher? I know that's not what I just damn heard. Hold on. Let me go back to that screenshot and see if that is what I heard. Hold up. What in the devil? Hold on. Why is this happening?
Alexander A.E. Edwards is dating singer Cher, who is 76.
I cannot. You know what? I can't. That man was a star effer, so now he's with Cher? Oh my God. You know what? I have no, listen, I got no comment. You know what? I am going to suggest that you all take a listen to this podcast. I did, and I thought it was really, 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 really interesting. I want to open up the phone line so that I could talk to you ladies to kind of get a sense for where you all are at. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Tonya TKO from TonyaTKO.com. I'm a self-love specialist. And on this channel, we use viral topics to talk about self-love. And nowadays, there is this new trend of women loving themselves by just choosing to just stay away from these beings who just do not be vibrating on a high enough level to like make the journey worth it with many of them. I want to play some of the broadcast, but I encourage you to go listen to the whole thing yourself because it's a pretty interesting show because she talks about the whole slut thing. Let's
And
take
like a little
listen.
bit, what, shy and just like reserved for the most part?
I think so. I think going back to the slut thing we were saying earlier, I think that because I'm quiet and reserved and traditional in a lot of ways, to be called a slut so many times, it was like, okay, fine.
Right.
I'll be that. And I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of girls with me. And we're all gonna be sluts together and we're gonna protest against derogatory labels. Since I've been out, I've always been in like relationships.
Listen,
I never really
Slut.
had
That
one
still means
off.
you're a slut.
Yeah.
Right? It's like anything you
I'm like,
do.
I wish I can just go fuck a bunch of hot guys and like be happy, you know?
What? And you can't. You're
It's
like a
just
relationship girl.
Yeah. Which is probably not good. That's what I mean. I wish I can really be like
Yeah.
a whore.
Out there
It would
just
be so
fucking.
much fun.
I know.
I know. That's why I love porn stars so much. Like all the porn stars come to my slut walk and I'm like, you're so inspiring.
you know what? I just wanna pause it there, but I don't even know if I took well enough notes because I was listening and I don't know if I captured the part where she actually exemplified, she got thrust onto the scene. Let me see if huh. She got thrust onto the scene when she was dating Kanye. And I think a lot I'm curious because it seems as if she's been in one long-term relationship after another. Why is it that she is known as an SLUT? Why is it that people deemed her as loose? What evidence do we have of that? We talked about Erica Badu and her daughter's photograph yesterday with them having their bottoms to the camera. And people had all of these different things to say, but basically from the male gaze. And I'm curious as to why. Why is she known as an SLUT? I'm curious myself because I know that we've just always thought of her as being loose and unscrupulous and with low morals. And I'm going to present a few different things to you. Is it because is it because she was in this relationship with Kanye West and Kanye West is a little bit loopy? Is it because she was in relationships with black men? Is it because she only seems to date men who are famous? What is it? Because Kim Kardashian was in a whole pornographic adult movie, which they say her mother leaked, right? And she was with Kanye, but Kim Kardashian's reputation is sparkling and stellar. Is it because Amber Rose, and we're going to take a look at her parents, right? We're going to take a look at her parents. Um, ugh. So Amber Rose's parents are this is this is her mother on the left and her father on the right, right? And so there are other pictures of her mother and father. Here's her mother again on the left. Her mother's Cape Verdean, her father's like some Irish white mix, right? And here's another look at her parents. So you see her mother is like she has like an she has a mixed phenotype herself, right? And her father's white. And so, Amber Rose, if you look at Amber Rose in certain photos, you can't really tell that she's like, I thought she was some sort of black mix when she first came out. But if you look at her in certain photographs, you can't even really tell that she is supposed to be some sort of black mix. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how other to put it, but she is a woman of some color. What is this? What in the world? I don't know what's going on there. That looks strange. I don't know who those are. Maybe that's her. I don't know. I don't know. But nonetheless, is it because women of color don't have the latitude to traverse through the intercourse route, right? So I'm curious. what is it that got her labeled that way, right? So here, I have a few different things that I want to play for you, right? But there's so much more inside of this broadcast. Let me see if I can get a little bit more of it playing. Or is it because she poses in photographs like this? You know, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But you know, Kim Kardashian was on the front of a magazine completely nude, and her reputation is still stellar. So I don't know. I would love for you to help me understand.
I know this is so.
I'll never do
that for putting that on.
No.
You were like the trailblazer for that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, now you're getting it.
Heavy security. Yeah. No, I've right after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you love more?
Out of Kanye and Wiz? A Wiz, girl. That's not even a question.
So she was
And he's
talking
like, okay,
about.
thank you. And he writes it down.
Uh-huh.
And then my life changed forever after that day.
After that picture.
Yes.
Okay, hold
Oh
on.
my
Let
God,
me
and I
rewind
was
this a little
really
bit.
looking into it because I remember when I heard about Slut Walk, and I remember thinking it was the coolest thing ever, but not for the right reasons. I had no
The
idea.
woman
like,
who
'cause
does
what,
this
I was
podcast, she's
21
Caucasian.
or
Right.
something, and I just thought it was cool to be a slut.
She,
you know,
she admits,
but the message behind it
Right.
is so powerful and so important, and that's just it's so fun.
she admits to cheating and being a cheater and not being able to be faithful and all this other stuff. But because she's Caucasian, you
Fucking
know,
crazy that in 2023 you're still not getting the recognition for all of that, for putting that on. You were like the trailblazer for that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, now you're getting it.
Thanks, Boo. You know what's crazy too? Like, I also was like the first girlfriend turned famous celebrity.
Oh.
And that was pretty shitty too, because I was the first for a few things, and like when you're the first, you just get all the fucking backlash.
Yeah.
And then you like pave the way for the young girls to
Right. To thrive in it.
that was like super famous, and then I became famous.
That's crazy.
It was like I didn't ask for that. I didn't, you know, stuff like that. Like I come from shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I like fell in love with a guy that was like super famous, and then I became famous.
That's crazy.
It was like I didn't ask for that. I didn't know
Right.
that was gonna happen. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Yeah, and you like don't have anyone to talk to about it, right?
No, I was thrown to the sharks. It was like, okay, you're my girlfriend, and I'm like, okay, I love this. We're having a blast. Like it's so much fun, right?
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, like I'm out going to the store and paparazzi's following me, and I'm like,
so did Kanye not do a good enough job protecting her? Did Kanye not do a good enough job doing reconnaissance on her image so that when she came out, and so yeah, she was an exotic dancer. She talks a little bit about that. She was actually exploited. She started exotic dancing when she was 15 years old. I got that on here as well. That's what I'm saying. Listen to the whole thing. She talks about how after her and Wiz Khalifa broke up, she cried for 3 years straight. Every single day when she went into the shower, she would cry because he was her soulmate and they broke up. And so Wiz cheated on her, but then now she ended up with a guy who cheated on her even more, and she's still not over Wiz Khalifa.
and then my life changed forever after that day.
After that picture.
Yes,
Oh my God, and I bet the comments were all,
they're assholes.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, his music video.
That
she's
is
talking
so
about the music-
story
yeah.
and how I got here. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like bored models at the time.
Why? Because I was in a fucking music video? Like, why does that make me a whore?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even twerking or anything. I was just
Right.
sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you're on the catwalk, like, you're fine.
right. Well, it's all classism, right? It's
Mhm.
like, and like Halle Berry can win an Oscar for like having sex in a movie and like that whole scene that she had. But like, if you do OnlyFans, you're gross.
I know.
Literally the same thing. It's even in OnlyFans, it's like most of the girls don't have sex at all. It's just sexy
Right.
pictures and like, or like twerking or, you know, dancing or whatever. Like, it's just classism. It's bullshit.
I know. It's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, have we even made any strides, would you say? From the time you dated Kanye and you started dealing with this type of shit to now, have you seen a difference?
With girls, maybe.
With women?
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, not so much.
No.
It's worse than ever.
I totally agree with that, which is like...
Yeah.
You know, I have these conversations behind the scenes as well. Does it seem like men are getting worse now than ever? I'm going to open up the phone lines. Write down these questions so that when you call in, you can answer some of these. Let me check the apples. Make sure that you're getting your apples in. Wonderful. So I see you all are sending the apples through. Perfect. Thank you. The Cash App, in case you're wondering, is www.cash.app/$ Tonya TKO. It is a verified Cash App, so you know that you're sending it to the right place. The direct link is also in the description of this and every video, so you can just click through, send it, have your comment read on air, support the show, and be able to, you know, to spoil me a little bit. Why not? Tell me something nice in my Cash Apps here.
Yeah.
How?
They're pretty disgusting out here. Yeah.
They're filthy.
They're fucking gross.
So...
Like, I want to be single for the rest of my life.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
No,
It's
it's
really,
gross.
it's really, really scary. So are you dating right now?
No, not really. I don't want penis. I don't want to share my house or my life with anyone.
I want you all to hear this. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so that the volume is a little higher. And if my volume is ever off, I need you to off balance. I need you all to let me know, okay? But listen.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone around my kids. I don't want to have sex.
You don't?
No.
What? Wait, why?
Ew.
You just think it's gross?
No,
You don't get
'cause guys
horny?
just dick sling. It's so gross. I don't want it.
No, there are good guys out there. I've never met them, like personally, but like I know they exist.
Yeah, they're married. Like my best friend has an amazing husband.
Yeah.
He's like the last one.
He was the last fucking one standing. Okay, so we're fucked. So I'm completely fine with being a lesbian though.
Yeah, me too.
I could totally do that.
Yeah.
Have you
I'm fine
ever?
with being by myself too?
Oh, see, that's something I don't understand. I'm like one of those people I cannot be alone.
Really?
No, and I need to work on it. Big
I'm very
time.
happy to like not share my bed with anyone.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
incredible. So you used to be a stripper way back in the day.
Yeah.
When did you start stripping?
Listen.
I was 15 and homeless.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first time I danced.
Okay. And
Which is also another reason why, you know, I'm a slut. But there's a million rappers that were drug dealers at that age, and now they're entrepreneurs and businessmen.
right?
And yeah, I mean, look at Jay-Z. He was a drug dealer. Lil Baby, drug dealer. Like, all the biggest guys that are, you know, in the business were drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
But God forbid you're a stripper. I mean, it's just blasphemy.
I know. Any interview with like a successful person who used to be a drug dealer, it's seen as such a positive.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
hustling
I'm so
from a young
sorry
age.
You had to go through that. Oh my God, I can't believe you were on the street selling crack.
Right.
Yeah.
And then stripping is like the worst thing ever.
It's like,
Why is that? Why is it that an ex-drug dealer can find himself on the stage with presidents, right? But a woman who danced or showed her body has the scarlet letter on her forehead for the rest of her life. Amber Rose is 39. She has 2 children. She has a child from this guy right here, Wiz Khalifa, the one with the X on his face. And she also has a child with this guy. Sebastian is the name of the first child. She has tattoos on her forehead that says Bash and Slash, which are the names of her son. Sebastian, and I don't know the name of the other child, but so I don't know what's going on with her. She says she's in therapy. She says she's still not over Wiz Khalifa. Let's see. Let's traverse a little bit more.
At the end of the day, you're making money, you're hustling. That job is, by the way,
legal.
Legal, thank you. I filmed a TV show where I had to be
We're
a
gonna
sucker.
just go past this.
And then I got a fake ID. And then I went to a gentleman's club where they were not allowed to touch you. It was like, get my hair done and like.
Right.
Yeah.
Name or Gil or anything
No.
like that.
No, I was very happy.
Have you always been?
It's a.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like I don't look at a body like a big deal. It's not a big deal.
No, I mean, I'm the exact same way. I grew up, I think it's also very American. Like, my family from Argentina, like, we get naked. We're on the beach in G-strings and, like, no tops, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
It's very
So in this country, why is it that in this country we have such issues with the human body? A woman's body at that. Let's go forward. I want to find
And I was wearing a long wig at the time. Like
you know what? I think I did my hold on. Let me
a little
wanting
bit,
to
yeah. I want to
act
see
out.
boys, and like I'm like looking around at boys now. And
He didn't with
So
your
she
dad.
talks about when she lived with her
it would
father.
be so much
Fucking
fun.
Slut.
I would cry and I would be upset and I would be like, this is so fucked up. And then after that, I was just like, yo, I randomly came across another slut walk that like this college did. Like be like, how? Remember, everybody was just like, she's such a fucking whore, Wiz. She's
Okay, hold
23.
on,
I was like 26. So it's no secret.
I was sucking dick last night and like it was a foursome and blah blah blah.
She's talking about the
But
porn stars and how they talk
yeah,
about
that's so
intercourse.
interesting. So when did this whole slut thing come about?
Actually, so it's no secret. My ex-husband, he cheated on me. We were married. We were young. I forgive him. We're the best of friends now.
Who?
Wiz.
Oh, Wiz Khalifa. Okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, he proposed to me when he was 23. I was like 26. We were so
Babies.
young. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I caught him cheating, and like we were young, and like online, everybody was just like, she's such a fucking whore, Wiz. She's such a slut. Like, fuck her.
After he cheated on you.
Yes.
Why?
It just comes with it, I guess, you know? And I remember sitting there like crying. This is before the whole slut walk and everything. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting there like, I dated Kanye and then I married Wiz and I'm the biggest slut on earth. How?
Yeah.
And I would always like be like, how? Mm-hmm. You know? And I would cry and I would be upset and I would be like, this is so fucked up.
You know something? I'm looking at some of the comments from you womb holders out there, you keepers of the womb, right? What is your problem? What is your problem with Amber Rose? She made her bed, now lay in it. I saw one of the comments said. What bed did she make? What has she done to you? What has she done to you to make you so upset with her? What has she done to you? What has she done? I want to know. Why is it that we women are not examining ourselves? Listen, I keep telling you, don't use these as opportunities to analyze other people. Use this as an opportunity to analyze yourself. There's a lot more going on here than I don't get it. And it's like we women are upholding these these misogynistic patriarchal ideas. And DeMarcus is saying Amber Rose just went through too many dicks. LOL, blame them. And this is, look, men are telling you, they are telling you that dick is dirty, that dick is disgusting, that men, especially black men in particular, hate their dicks. They hate other black men. And they hate the seed, the offspring that they make with their DNA. This is why they abandon their children, because their children are disgusting N-words like them. And they blame the women who stay in the fight. So listen, men are letting you know that their dick makes you dirty. You could sell drugs, you could sell crack rock, you could do whatever it is out there to harm other people. You could be a murderer and come back. Who is that rapper that's a damn murderer? Isn't it the baby? Didn't the baby kill somebody and now he's up on stage after taking someone's life? But show a little vagina or show a little booty or have a vagina, right? and take black dick and you're disgusting. I know that ain't DeMarcus ass who owes me $100 damn. I know his black ass didn't show the hell up over here to comment on my damn video after he said he was gonna send $100 and then played a game with a fucking dollar. I know that ain't you, son, right? I know that ain't you. I know that ain't you, because let us shame you right now. The nerve. I know that. Tell me that is not him. Tell me that ain't him. Huh, I know he ain't show his face around here again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my community channel over here on YouTube. He was on the phone with me, Mr. Sassy, and then he said he was gonna send the $100 through to the Cash App, and then he hung up on me. Then 2 weeks later, sent a damn dollar. The dollar didn't clear his bank account. Look on my community tab, it's all there, right there on YouTube. And then the damn dollar didn't clear his bank account, and Cash App had to cancel the damn transaction. And now you coming up here talking about she had too many dicks? Sir. Oh my goodness. Sit down. The audacity. Oh my goodness.
And then after that, I was just like, yo, I randomly came across another slut walk that like this college did.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna do my own. Like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm getting bullied all over the internet for loving
Hold on, let me just play this last part.
someone that hurt me.
Right.
And now I'm the bad guy. This is crazy.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So this whole slut walk thing came about because she was trying to take her power back. I don't know if that was the best way to go about doing it, because she's branded herself a slut. But we as a society need to come up with why it is that we have such issues. Yes, that's him. DeMarcus, nigga, I promise you, you're gonna get blocked today. Run me my money. Run me my money. You owe me $101. Run me my money, son. You need to be worried about why women don't want to take your dick. Son, run me my money. Run me my money. I'm going to block you. Why are you here on my broadcast? You should be ashamed. You know what? Let me pull up my YouTube tab right now so I can show you all. youtube.com/ at Tonya TKO. Let me pull up my community tab for you all so that you can see what we're talking about here, right? Here's my page. We just click on community, right? And you will see the community tab, right? This is DeMar. Let's go to the original post. Let's let it so that you all can see who we're talking about, right? This is him. This is DeMarcus. This is DeMarcus. He was on one of my broadcasts. This is him with the cornpole pipe in his mouth, right? He said he was going to send $100 that night. He hung up the damn phone on me. Then 2 weeks later, congratulate me for reaching 200,000. Yay. 2 weeks later, he sent a damn dollar. This is him. Look, he sent a dollar at 7:24 p.m. Once midnight came, the thing did not clear his bank account. The transaction was canceled. Run me my money, son. Listen, if you keep hold on, let me show you. Let me show you what we about to do over here, because I'm going to give you 10 minutes to come up with $100. Right now, it is 6:53. You got 7 minutes. By the time we get to 7 p.m., if you have not sent me my money, you're getting blocked. Don't play. No, don't play. You play too damn much. You play too damn much. And you over here thinking that you're going to be able to comment on my video, blowing your smoke and dust everywhere. You done lost your mind. No, absolutely not. And you have the nerve to talk about sluts? You're a liar. You lied to me and the whole fan base. Sent 100 pennies instead, and 100 pennies couldn't even clear your account. My gosh. You got 6 minutes left. I promise you. This will be your last day commenting on my videos. This will be your last day because I'm about to block your ras, block you to ras clot, like the Jamaicans would say. Nonetheless, let's get back to the thing here.
And so not only did I have to mourn my marriage and my relationship and like,
yeah, and so publicly.
yeah, but I also was getting bullied for something that I didn't do.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did that affect your mental? Obviously it upset you, but was it dark?
Still.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still on my mental health journey. I mean, I cried every day for 3 years while I was dating other people.
Wow. And just like reading the comments and seeing what people were saying about you?
No, it was just, I was just, like, I married my soulmate, and then all of a sudden he wasn't there anymore.
Right.
Because our mothers, the internet, there was too much pressure to be married so young and just, we had a baby.
So she's talking about her mental health. I want to play something for you all real quick. How many of you know that Tristan cheating on Khloe Kardashian caused her brain damage? How many of you knew that? Thank you to the person who sent me this clip. Let's play this for you all. Look.
Look, it's your brain. This is your brain. You hurt your brain.
I did.
At some point.
Yes, I went through a car windshield when I was 16.
Oh my goodness.
Head first. And I was knocked out, and I actually hit my head a couple times more after that.
You worry,
Yes.
and you can be anxious, and you've had trauma. Do you see this diamond?
Yeah.
So this often will go with emotional trauma.
Okay. What does the diamond mean? Emotional trauma.
That's what it is.
Listen.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I want you all to see that she has emotional trauma from Tristan cheating on her. She had to see a brain specialist. Listen.
Last ex-boyfriend, there was a lot of cheating while I was pregnant, and then he just had a baby with somebody else while we were together that I found out, and all these things I find out about from social media myself, so it's pretty traumatic. It sounds unbelievable that this is something that one person has gone through.
So so she has brain damage. Her brain is damaged from dealing with Tristan. There's only how many more minutes left until the top of the hour? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I also want to show you, we showed this last night, the before and after of Erica Mena. Erica Mena, before and after. We showed you what she looked like when she first got with Safari, right? When she first got with Safari, she was young and fresh looking. Then after all the stress and trauma and drama, her whole face popping with veins bulging out of her head. This is how she looks now. This is how she looks. She dealing with these males. This is what I'm saying. If a man can't uphold his word, what is he worth? DeMarcus, you got 2 minutes left. Run me my money. Let me refresh. I'm refreshing. Look. Do you see this? This fool. I'm not even going to wait the 2 minutes that he got left. Let me find him now, because I don't think that this is funny. If a man is not worth his word, then he's not worth anything. Look, do you see this? On the screen right there. Here we go. You are out of here. There's no more comments from him here on this channel. Not a one. He's done. He's finished. That's it. That's it. That's done. He's finished. He's finished. You know what I'm saying? Finished. 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 You got it. If you send me 99 more. 99. Actually, you know what? Don't make me add another 0 on there. Just to get you to uphold your word, son. Don't make me add another 0 on there. I'm going to show you video footage of Erica Mena and just this whole boondoggle that she was in. Here. So this is her with Safari. Now, one of the things that I want to make mention of is that some of these...
You just look so hurt.
I am. I let so much slide. I gave you a chance again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
I just want you to see the veins popping out of her head, right? Let me see if I can find the right screen for you all. So, she got the veins popping out of her head. She's distraught, right? She's just...
Okay. That's how much I loved you.
And she's... Listen. Somebody said he's going to cancel it again. This time it's not pending. It seems like he's good for the money now. Let me refresh it. Run me my money. So now he's sending through what? Please. Run me my money. Right? So these women, some of them start out thinking that they black girl 2.0. That they're going to get the different treatment, that they lighter, they got the hair that grows out of their scalp, and all of those things that these people claim that they want, that these XY chromosome beings claim that they want. And then they don't do the emotional work on the inside to be able to take care of that. I want to play something for you all that just kind of came to me to play. It's a video that I saw actually earlier today. Maybe the universe was telling me that I needed to speak on this. Maybe, who knows?
As a woman, the majority of the experiences I've had with men are negative.
In my entire life, of the thousands of men I have met, I have only met 2 men that I consider capable of forming a true love bond with a woman. And I only began counting myself within that number within the last 2 years. Given an hour...
I'm sorry, I had to put the blur on there because of the last video, because Love and Hip Hop, they don't play with their content and the video will be demonetized because of that. So I had to blur it. But there.
Talking to the vast majority of men, I could confirm that that man is not capable of forming a true love bond. And I will confirm that by asking that man questions about what love is. Men have no knowledge of what love is. This is how most men go about pursuing a long-term relationship. They are looking for a woman that they find very visually attractive. And then when they need to adapt to progress their relationship, their plan is to wing it. They may have in their head that as they need to adapt and make the relationship more loving, that the woman will instruct them how to become more loving while not...
You know, I'm gonna react to that whole video one day. I just wanted to give you all a little taste of it. Because as you saw in that video, Safari had a little moisture that gathered in the corner of his eye. However, he just didn't know how to, well, he has never taken the time to really learn how to love another human being, truly, truly love. And these men are not doing the internal work. So now Amber Rose is now saying that she's just done. She's done with men. Let me see if there's any more that we can gather from this podcast.
Mm-hmm. And I was fucking heartbroken. I was, but then I also watched my mother be heartbroken over a man and never recover. So I like
That's
forced
terrifying.
myself to date people
Mm-hmm.
while I was not recovered.
Right.
Because watching my mom, I was like, I can't. I have to get back out there. I have to. And I look back and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have dated anyone because
Really?
no.
Like you should have just healed, you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that breakup?
Sebastian will be 10. So he was like 2 when we broke up. And then I cried every day for like 3 years after that.
For 3 years.
Yes. Every time I got in the shower, which is every day, I would get in the shower and cry.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
was it because, I mean, yeah, so there were like a multitude of factors. Did you think that Wiz was like the love of your life?
Yeah, completely.
I hate that. That's so hard.
But it was also pressure. Again, like he's out with a million bitches, holding hands with girls, dating girls, and I'm just dying inside like, fuck, I gotta find somebody I like, and like I can't look at this because I'll drive myself crazy.
Right. I have this theory. I don't think you get over a guy until you have started liking a new dude and like actually liking them.
No, because the guys that I date, like I dated 21 Savage, I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
He was really nice. And
But did you really, really like him?
I did. I cared for him, but I was still heartbroken over my ex-husband.
Yeah.
And I'm just being transparent.
Yeah.
I did enjoy time with him, but when you get married, like we had a huge wedding, like I just thought it was gonna be forever. I thought
Like
we were gonna
fairy tale.
Yeah.
And it did not end up
It
like
did
that.
not.
Wait, so how early in the relationship did he cheat?
It was like 5 years in. I think we were just young and we didn't know how to handle it, and we didn't know, like, I couldn't.
So he's with somebody new now. I want to fast forward to when she starts talking about how she dates men now and they're afraid of her. Well, she said that they've always been afraid of her beauty. Let's see.
Not shade.
Yeah, they're just so scared that they shake.
Love that. Not shade.
Come back up to New York, and then just like I was the main girl, so I couldn't turn back.
Like that's what I need to do to like.
She's like my hang out, and they'll be like shaking the whole floor.
Why?
Because
you don't leave the house.
Terrified of me. No, they're terrified.
Please.
And she used to like walk me to the corner and just watch like all the guys just be like this. You know, it was fun. That was a fun time because guys don't talk to me anymore.
Why?
Because you
don't leave the house.
Terrified of me. No, they're terrified of me.
They are.
Yes. They're just scared.
Intimidated.
Of me. Yeah. Well, like they'll reach out
mm-hmm.
and I'll like hang out and they'll be like shaking the whole time and like.
Yeah.
I have yet to find a guy that didn't shake. All of them.
that does not shake.
Yeah. They're just so scared that they shake.
Wow.
And when I tell you every boyfriend
Who knows? Who knows? Let's continue. I want to find the part where she talks about how she has no heart left in her chest. Actually, that's coming up soon. So let me go forward. Just 1, 2, 3. 1 back. There we go.
I guess like I just feel like I don't have any heart left to give to somebody, and I feel like it's
hold on. Let me go back
because you don't want to have sex, and dick is disgusting.
I know, yeah.
It's scary to think about.
Never listen to your friends. Like go with your intuition and just do what you want to do.
Moral of the story.
Yeah.
And so now, when you date people, which you don't, because you don't want to have sex, and dick is disgusting, and we're over.
You know, I want you to hear this part, but I see the apples are building up, so I want to go ahead and read these apples real quick, as well as see whether or not this man has sent me the rest of my money. Whether or not he sent me the rest of my money. So let's go ahead and get these apples read. Let's go. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's see. Is my phone fully charged? Yes, it is. So I can unplug this. All right. So here, let's take a look and see what we have here. I appreciate all of you sending the apples through. All right. So Mel sends $5 and says, "Replay gang, that cute off the shoulder top, sis." So she's talking about the video we did yesterday. Thank you, Mel. Sunshine and Me sends $10. Mrs. Akechi sends 2 and says, "Men will be more violent as we refuse and abstain." So get yourself Second Amendment right. Put a hole right through them like a donut. Turn them into a donut. That's all I'm gonna say. Second Amendment rights, turn them into a donut. They could say and do whatever it is that they choose, but that's not your problem. And you know, as more and more of them go to meet their maker, the world becomes a safer and safer place. It's as simple as that. Mrs. Akechi also sends $2 and says, "We have to protect ourselves as they get more vile." Exactly. Exactly. You know what time it is. Angeline sends $1. Glynis sends 50 and says, "Conversations with God, you are right, life-changing." Hey! I'm so happy. I recommended that book in yesterday's video. Elle sends $1 and says, "These women definitely love to uphold misogyny," shaking my effing head. This is what I'm saying. People attacking Amber for what? Let's say she did love a million penises. So what? That's hers. That's her body. Why do we have to hate her for the choices that she makes with her body? Come on. She's grown. Tonya sends $5 and says, "Appreciate you, queen." Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Christine sends $1 and says, 50-50 broke penis men calling women they can't have sluts. Exactly. Exactly. Then there's DeMarcus, who sent $1. We're not even opening that. Althea sends $10 and says, "Keep up the good work, Tonya." Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Brittany sends $10 and says, "My first apple. Love your comment." Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Elaine sends $10 and says, "DeMarcus is becoming a soap opera on your live stream." Not anymore, because he's gone. Let the rest of the soap opera begin when he runs me my money, when he sends me my loot. Let the rest of the soap opera begin then. Other than that, nope. He's done over here. Then Natasha sends 5 and says, "My first apple. We want the wine. Love you, Tanya." Like, yeah, because you know, after 3 first-time apple givers, I bust a wine for no. Demetra sends $1 and says, "I feel her. These men do damage." Wow. Let me send you some hearts. Absolutely. Look, you know, the thing is, you have to be mentally, you already have to be in a good place mentally. You have to listen to yourself spiritually and be able to navigate away from cruel waters, you know, and you have to have a tribe around you to help you maintain your mental health. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in a lot of trouble here. Let's continue.
But like when you do, they're very intimidated, scared.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I just feel like I don't have any heart left to give to somebody, and I feel like it's unfair to bring somebody in my life and play with their feelings. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, your heart is going towards your kids. You have 2 kids.
Right.
But I think eventually.
So now she's been left with 2 children. She's a single mother now, raising these children full-time on their own. And men say time and time again that once they have the children on their own, they get a newfound respect for women. But until then, they're blaming you. I can't wait to react to all the videos that I need to react to. Continue to send them through to me. I need to just sit down one day and just do a whole video where I just react to videos.
Eventually you'll be open to it. Maybe you won't.
I don't know.
Hold on. Somebody says a quote-unquote blonde-haired Negro hating on black men. Ironic. You know what's ironic? This ironic. It's ironic that you got blocked by this blonde-haired Negro. That's the ironic part. That's the ironic part right there. And isn't my golden hair fabulous? I love it personally. Looks good on me. Hey. I love it. Yes. Come with it now. Come with it. Yep. So there we have that. Let's continue going forward.
But I'm okay with that. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like, no, don't say that. You'll find love. And I'm like, I'm actually, like, I have 2 boys to raise. Dick is so easy.
Overrated.
If I ever wanted it. I'm not really into sex like that if I don't really care about the person. So I don't really care to, like, force myself to date.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, back to the Wiz thing. Like, I should have just not dated. And I, like, now that I'm older, I'm just like, I'm not going to date. I'm not ready. I don't want to.
Okay, well, I love the interaction we just had because I was about to be that bitch. I was literally thinking as you were saying it, like, oh my God, no, like there's love for you out there. Don't worry. But how badass. You're like, I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't.
That's not what's going to make me whole or feel complete. I feel great right now.
I also am like an extreme feminist, so I cannot be around misogyny at all.
So she's an extreme feminist. She can't be around misogyny. I want you all to get into this part right here that's coming up. Because she talks about how men like to love bomb. So some of you were saying that, you know, there are good men out there, and then there are men who just pretend to be good.
A relationship, you should have each other's passwords.
Really?
Yeah.
When they're
I would go through
asleep.
Instagram. I would go through.
It's scary as shit.
It's scary as fuck. I don't want to have to deal with that.
And people can change, like, because everyone, when you,
For like a year.
you know,
I mean, that's the thing. I think that, like, people should really try to be friends first. Like, really just really get to know people nowadays, because you can be with somebody for like a year, let's say, and then just find out who they are.
terrifying.
Yeah, been there.
It's scary as shit.
It's scary as fuck. I don't want to have to deal with that.
And people can change, like, because everyone, when you first start talking or dating, you're putting up a front, right? You're like trying to be the best version or whatever. And it's like really fucking scary. You cannot know anyone.
Well, a lot of guys, they love bomb you. So you're getting love bombed for months at a time, and you think you have this really amazing person in your life. And then the discarding process comes, and then you're kind of like, why are you not the same person that I met before? Like, what happened? You know, and then it's like the hiding of the phone and like shit, all that shit. It's like, I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah. Can you think of anything that would ensure you that this is a good guy and he's not love bombing?
No.
They don't exist.
They don't.
So
that's why I told you. Like, I'm trying to, like, you know, interact with these questions, but like, I'm fucking done.
I can
like,
see
I don't
that.
trust anybody. It's like zombie land.
There's
like, at any moment, someone can turn into a zombie and eat me alive.
You have no soul when it comes to that. Zero.
Nope.
You don't even see a guy and think, oh my God, he's kind of hot.
Yeah, I'll think he's hot, but I'll be like, he's a fucking headache, and he probably is just a liar and a cheater, and I hate him already. I'm done. I don't even think he's cute anymore.
You already, like, in your head, you're like, he already did all of this shit to me. We had the biggest fight. Fuck him.
Right, fuck him. No, I literally look at couples, like, holding hands in, like, restaurants and shit. I'm like, he's so cheating on her right now.
You're like, I feel so bad for you guys.
Yeah, I do. No, I swear. I used to be like, oh, and now I'm like, oh my God, he's so cheating on her. Look how his eyes are wandering while he's eating his spaghetti.
Listen, I think that's a good note to end that part of the broadcast on. We're going to open up the phone lines. And so go ahead and get your apples through. I see that you all are sending apples through right now. Perfect. The link to the apples is in the description. It's $Tonya TKO, like my name written at the bottom of the screen or on the top of the page, depending on where you're looking. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm going to take about 3 phone calls because I'm going out tonight. So I want to be able to get off of here early enough. All right. So phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. I want to hear your thoughts about all of this. Why do we think that she's a slut when we don't have any evidence thereof? The only thing we have evidence of is that she used to be an exotic dancer. She was in music videos, and she dated She dated 2 men in the industry and married one. So why is it that what is it that we have against her? Also, are men becoming worse out here? Are you as a woman becoming turned off by men and on the verge of giving up as well? I want to hear, because I hear other vloggers talking about just stay single, get a cat, get a pet, and just become comfortable with just being with yourself. So the phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. There's a little bit of a delay. I can't believe, listen. My. People out here be playing. So I want to hear your thoughts. While we're waiting, because there's a little bit of a delay between when I say it and when you all hear it. So we could read the 2 apples that have come in. Okay. All right. Oh, we brought in $122 for the broadcast. Yay, I'm happy about that. All right. Carlos sends $3 and says for the right calf. So the left calf came in yesterday. The right calf came in tonight. Hey, I'm just checking the apples real quick. So I'm going to grab you in a moment, okay? All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
fine.
And Marie sends $5 and says her ex is now dating Cher. Yeah, we saw a picture of them together. I don't know what is going on in these streets, but that I just that's type whack. Donna sends a clap and a thumbs up. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. All right. So you're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Tina from DC.
All right, so Tina, talk to me. What is your thoughts about today's topic, the broadcast, all of that?
I I say I agree. For a while I've dated, even overseas, and like I had the sentiment that I was kind of over dating American men. And then I was actually just like assaulted by a guy I knew for 8 years last night. So like, I don't know. I'm
You
over dating too. I kind
you
of
were
feel Amber.
assaulted physically or
Well,
intimately?
not like. No, so he recorded me without my consent.
Wait,
So
like an
it just
intimate
like it came
recording?
out of nowhere. No. Well, I mean, I just don't want to get into it on the air, and like I don't want to get you demonetized. But it was semi-traumatic, and it was somebody that I known for like 5 years, and
I'm
so
s- hold
so
on, Tina, do you need to go to the police? Do you need us to help you?
no. I thought of, like all of these things are wheeling through my mind as you're talking about these topics, and like, um, I was speaking with friends in my support system, and they told me that, that person can get arrested if I, go to the police, because like I feel like these people need to start getting records. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
all
So
these
are you
men.
going to go to the police?
I don't think so. I
Why
don't think
not? Tell
so.
tell us why you wouldn't. This was a physical
So
assault, an intimate assault?
no, so he verbally threatened me before we
Uh-huh.
got together, and then during our visit he recorded me without me knowing. You understand what I
Okay.
mean?
So he set up a camera. So you were in his place and he had cameras. How did you know that you were recorded?
Girl, so anyway, I don't want to get into the details because you're live on air, right? But
Right.
it was just a traumatic moment, But I'm still processing like how I want to go about it. I don't think going to the police is like I don't know if it's the right thing to do. Anyway, these men are messed up, and watching Chloe K, showing her trauma, how it physically affected her brain, like I think that, I just need to vet people better and take my time to get to know people. But right now, I think I gotta take a break because it's traumatizing out there.
Yeah, so
It's really
listen.
wild.
Let me give you some telephone numbers, right?
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to give you the telephone number to the domestic violence hotline, right? They can help you find resources, okay? So if you all look at the
I appreciate
screen
that.
right here. So I've called each one of these numbers before. The telephone number is 800-799-SAFE, which is 7233. Read that back to me.
729 safe.
No, 799 safe, which is
799 safe.
7233. Did you write that down?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, and then we're also going to get you the RAIN hotline. So this is a hotline for intimate violation, and the telephone
Mhm.
number is 800-656-4673.
Okay.
And if you need an accountability partner to help you, stay on top of this so that you can make the call, let me know and I will get you an accountability partner. Do you feel that you need an
Tonya, you're such
accountability
a sweetheart.
partner?
I don't know if I really want to go through with it. Oh, maybe yes. That'd be nice. Thank you, Tonya. I'll take you up on that.
Okay, so somebody who's on the text notification squad, can you write inside our little chat group behind the scenes? Can you write if you will be her accountability partner? And then Tina, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect you with the person who is going to be your accountability partner. Can you send me an email to my website, tanyatko.com, and click on contact and send me an email and I will get you an accountability partner. Let me look behind the scenes. So if you're part of the text notification squad, all I need you to do is just write inside of the group that the hangout that we have and just let me know that you'll be her accountability partner to just kind of, just follow up with her to see whether or not she's made the phone call. You know, I don't know if you're afraid to go to the authorities. What is the apprehension? Is it fear? Is it the trouble? Is it not being believed? What is that?
Yeah, it's a combination of all of that. I mean, to be honest,
The thing
it's
about it is
scary.
this. When Bill Cosby, when the first person came out about Bill Cosby, this was before the internet, etc. So she thought she was alone, but there were 67 other women who had
Right?
also had issues with him in that way. So you don't know who else has filed a police report, and this can be, adding to the
Yeah, I feel
momentum.
like he needs to be held accountable.
Yeah,
People
and
need to
so
be held accountable for their actions. It's
yes,
crazy.
absolutely, absolutely. So you said you have friends and family member. How are they dealing with the information?
I mean, they encouraged me not to see him anymore. Block, no contact.
Right. So I just got a message from someone behind the scenes on the text notification squad, and she says that she will be your accountability partner. She's ready. Okay. And
All right,
so,
I'll send you an email. Thank you.
yes, absolutely. So, Tina, listen, you are not alone. Okay. I'm writing down your name and the last four of your number so that if I don't hear from you, I'm going to send you a message following up because I think it's important that while these things are still fresh, while we have the courage that we just continue to put one foot in front of the other, that we don't sit on it and let time pass, that we continue to push forward. Okay? So we are
I
here for
appreciate you.
you. We got your back. If you need if you need to call back and have us go through the phone call with you, that second number for Rain, they deal with intimate stuff, so they'll know a little bit more about the laws, for intimate things like that. So
Hmm.
give both numbers a call. They will give you resources as well as let you know what the law may be in your area. And you're in DC, so I can imagine there's pretty progressive laws there. So thank you so much for calling in, okay?
Personally, bye.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, this story is all too common where women just don't feel like they'll be believed. They feel like it'll be more trouble than what it's worth, et cetera, et cetera. And oops, we're going to read the apples in just a moment. Go ahead and get your apples through. I'm going to take 2 more phone calls, and then I'm going to get out of here. So if you need to call in and you want to talk about what we're talking about tonight, I have to admit that I myself I'm pretty turned off just from interacting with all of these males online and just seeing how they keep exalting these criminals and misogynists and how they keep subscribing to them and sending them money, like how I have to be like, oh, please send me apples, please send me apples. The way they poured money into and onto these men who are vile is really disheartening. And so I personally am a little turned off myself. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Betty, and I'm calling from Massachusetts.
Hey, Betty. Welcome, welcome. What is your comment this evening?
Hi, Tonya. Thank you for having me. I love your channel. So I think that it's better safe than to be safe than sorry. Um, Maybe there are good men out there, but it's
Hold on,
such a
hold
small
on, hold on. I'm
percentage.
sorry. Give me just one moment.
Okay.
There's a nigga in the chat named Disciple of the Way. Bitch. We don't call women misogynistic slurs on my channel. Take that. Take that. We don't do that here. Go back to your misogynistic corner so that you can speak that shit by yourself. We don't do that here. I'm sorry, my dear. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Sorry.
No,
There's
don't
someone
worry.
that just needed to be blocked real quick.
So I think it's better safe to be sorry than be sorry, because there are so many bad men out here, scary men. And, they do so many different things. They can cheat on us, they can beat us, kill us. It's really bad out here. And even though they say that some men are good, and maybe it's true, right? But I'm not going to swim through a pile of trash to find the good men. It's too much of a risk, and then I don't want to waste my time anymore. So I would rather invest in myself, conquer new things in my life, reach goals, be the best that I can be, than to keep feeding myself this fairy tale lie that there is such thing as love with a man. Maybe there's love in different ways. So maybe I can help people become a missionary or something like that, or do what you're doing. And that way I could fill that void inside with that kind of love. But I think it's about time to stop expecting love from a man.
That's sad. That's real sad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling in and spreading your point of view. Thank you.
Thank you.
Women are just getting fed up. Women are getting fed up. And it's like, it's really time to make a change. I realized that the situation was bad out here when Ayanla talked about having to leave her relationship because he just couldn't love her in the ways that she needed to be loved. And I realized that the situation was bad. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Emmett. I'm
Hi.
calling from New York.
Hey, Emmett from New York. So talk to us.
So I actually called to thank you for what you're doing on your show. I haven't been there in a while, and I'm appreciating how you're helping others. And I can understand what Amber Rose is going through because I've been there a little bit, not with the baby daddy stuff. So what I had to do to protect myself was to actually just stop dating men for 3 years straight till I found myself.
Wow. And how did that change for you? Have you started dating men again after you found yourself?
Yes, I did because in my 3 year sabbatical, which I call a sexual sabbatical, I started respecting myself more, and I found that there were so many things I thought I couldn't do without that I was able to do without, and it was very, very hard. Like when I say hard, like my body would be crawling to be with someone. Well, after the first year, it got easier. The second year, the third year, and I started sharing my stories, and I actually felt more strength in myself. And then I wasn't even afraid to date. I wasn't afraid of actually being disrespected because once I saw the first, second red flag, I was out of there, and I didn't feel
Okay.
bad for leaving.
Okay. So how is dating now that you've had your sabbatical?
So dating is not easier, but it's better in a way. Like, yeah, I still meet a few, but once I make a stance, it's like I don't get as disrespected like I used to because it's like I only speak facts. When I notice someone is disrespecting me in a way I don't like, I just straight up say I don't like what you're doing. And they don't really have a comeback anymore because they realize I'm being truthful is true. But before I used to just brush everything under the rug, just hope it will get better. But now that I stand up for myself consistently, I've been getting more respect. And I don't
Got
feel
you.
sorry about it anymore. Life has
Got
just
you.
really been much easier.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you, really. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Whew, this is deep. This is so deep. I want to play a little bit of a video for you. This is one of the videos that I want to react to, right? I realized that the situation out here was dire once I saw this video here, right?
Ended a relationship, a 14-year relationship at my age. You know why? After 14 years, I recognize he don't love me the way I want to be loved. I just don't want to be loved like this. See, I don't get to tell people how to.
So you know what? I want to. I'm not going to because if I don't want to play the whole video in here because I want to react to that video by itself so that I can chop it up and put it on the clips channel. Ayanla left a 14-year relationship because he just couldn't love her in ways that she wanted to be loved or needed to be loved. These men are just not upholding their end of the bargain. You know, even the other day, I had a block party on my Facebook page and I just started blocking men left and right. I don't care. Their presence does not increase the value of the page. All they do is bring a lot of traumatic comments and bullshit. So I just started blocking them. I used to leave the comments there because they create a lot of engagement. I don't even care now. I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care about their presence on my platform. I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of their stupid ass comments. I'm tired of looking at women talking about what men want and what men need. I saw this video earlier today. I didn't even save it. I was going to save it to react to it. I didn't even save it. Let me see if it's in my history, right? I saw this. Let me see if I can find this video in my history because I saw this sugar honey iced tea. Yeah. I saw this. Let me show this video to you all real quick.
I remember my grandfather telling me, God rest his soul, before he passed away, that men have 4 different appetites that you have to tend to. He said, men are not complicated. He said, I'm just going to break it down to you. He told me, he said, men have a physical appetite, a visual appetite, a sexual appetite, and an emotional appetite.
The woman in this video is giving y'all game and you don't even know it. A lot of women don't want to face the reality that men are visual. You have to keep yourself up in order to keep your man interested. You have to have sex with a man. You can't deprive him of sex and expect him not to step out on you. Cooking a meal, it's basic. listening, respecting a man, being there, being his peace. These are things that are mandatory in order to get and keep a man.
I know the hell she is not.
I remember my grandfather telling me, God rest his soul.
I saw the video. I clicked it. I didn't even see the end of it. I think that video is a minute long. I didn't even see the end of it because I don't care. I'm tired of hearing this shit. And I feel like the pendulum is going to swing very far to the right, to the other side. I feel like it's going to swing very far over. I don't give a fuck about what fucking appetites I don't care what appetite you say he has. I don't give a fuck if you say that he's simple. I don't care. I'm tired of hearing this shit. I'm tired. I'm fatigued of all these keepers of the womb trying to figure out how to jump over flaming hot hula hoops to try to see how they can keep and maintain a relationship with a damn man talking about they're simple. Any motherfucker who says that they're simple doesn't know his motherfucking self. So you're coming up with this fake ass blueprint because you don't know your goddamn self. Stop this shit. Stop it. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing this shit. And I'm tired, young and old, weave and braids, afro, fat, skinny, pretty, all of these different types of women talking about how to please these men. And I'm tired of hearing it. It's old hat at this point. Stop it. Stop. Because you're going to run yourself ragged. You're going to have veins popping out your effing forehead like Erica Mena. The weight done dropped and peeled off your body. You're going to be on the internet with a damn bonnet on because you got bald patches in your head. Listen, I take a look at Listen, I ain't going to say nothing. I shouldn't I? I take a look at you all. Relationships are not easy. Even with the best of people, you have to navigate. And far too many of us are in relationships with men who are not feeding our souls. I take a look at women out there whom I know are in tumultuous relationships. Listen, I don't know how much I can say because the people in my boot camp know that, a few of them know I'm a content creator. Listen, we over there working out. She bent her head down. I saw whole patches of hair missing from her damn head. I don't know if it was ripped out or if it just damn fell out. I don't know. But I see it. And I'm like, mind my business because I know these relationships ain't effing easy. They ain't easy. And we're running ourselves ragged trying to figure out how to please these mother effers. Show me. Listen. I will send you a cash app. Send me a video of a man. Send me a video of a man begging to understand how to please his woman. Send it to me, especially if this man is black. Extra points. Send it to me before this broadcast is over. Send it to me. Because they don't care. It's like, you are an accessory. I watched this woman's video the other day. I asked you all to send it to me of the Asian woman who's the passport bro married her, has her in the house like a damn canary in a freaking cage. She's in a prison now, saddled with two fluffy-headed little kids that she cannot now go back out into the dating marketplace with. And she is in a gilded cage, I believe they call it. He married a fucking maid from another goddamn country and got her living in this beautiful prison. Won't let her work. She can't get out of it. She's crying, snot running down in a video, so unhappy. And then she shows what it is that she does in a day. Changing the sheets and mopping and shampooing rugs and taking care of the two kids and cooking gourmet meals. He married a chef too. A chef, a maid, and a sex slave. Listen. Send me the video. Send me the video. And it's like, there's so many videos that I need to react to. There's so many. There's a video that's entitled Marriage is Slavery for Women. I looked at that video and had an epiphany. Listen, I need somebody to stay on top of me. Tomorrow is Sunday. I need to react to all these videos. Somebody from the text notification squad, hold me accountable tomorrow. Hold me accountable to do this reaction video. I'm going out tonight. I'm probably going to get back in late. But I need to do this reaction video because the videos keep piling up and then they keep getting taken down off the internet. And then I have less and less videos to react to because these men with their Pampers on TikTok keep getting women's videos taken down. This is why women, we're too nice. Get these motherfuckers' videos taken down. Get their videos ripped the hell off the damn internet for bullying and all types of stuff. I'm setting up a retreat in June. I'm working on that right now. Let me open up the phone lines for one more phone call. But before we do that, let me check only one apple has come in. Oh, see what I'm saying? I thought you all were enjoying this broadcast. I'm not opening up the phone lines until some more apples come in. Support the broadcast. Support the broadcast. Support the broadcast that supports you. And if you're not, look, if you're not benefiting, okay, here, Ahmed, you finally got what it is that you were seeking. You're out of here. You finally got what you wanted. Who is next? Who's next? Who's next? Play with it. I told you your presence isn't needed here. As you see from the apples, 98% of the people who support my show are women. 98%. Look, your presence with your little feeble comments and your little slights, and so you're not needed. You're not needed. We women live perfectly wonderful lives without XY funking up the place, literally and figuratively. I don't know how many of you seen the feet of some of these wealthy men out here. Look, they don't even know how to care for their doggone bodies. Kitten Heels was onto something when he was trying to teach men how to wash their damn nuts. Listen. Unbelievable. So let me check the apples again. Okay, some more apples have come in. Let's get 3 more apples in, and then I'll read the apples and open up the phone line. Support the show. Support the show. We are not. I remember when there were Caucasoids. During the pandemic, Caucasoids were like, oh, you don't cater to, you talk to black women too much. I do declare, how could you talk to the black women so much? I said, listen, I know which side my bread is buttered on. I said, your presence isn't needed here. It's not needed. If you're going to be here among us, you need to be an ally. It's as simple as that. And you need to understand what the situation is. You can glean the lessons, but my audience are primarily black women. It's as simple as that. There were Caucasian people, and listen, we have Caucasian people who are on the text notification squad who come and hang out with us in the Zooms and all of that. But at the end of the day, right? As a Caucasian person, you need to understand that black women are in a particularly vulnerable position in societies. And when black women are lifted, all women are lifted. I don't cater to the dominant class. Because when black women rise, the whole globe, the energy of the whole globe rises up. Men, your presence on my channel is not needed. Not the way you are right now. Not the way you are right now. I'm telling you, I found so much healing in looking at Ken Brisbane. I find so much healing looking at his videos because he makes so much sense. He lets me know that there are men out there who at least can form rational thought, elevated thought. All of these other men, look, I would rather dry hump a boar's head bristle brush. I would rather hump one of those than be with some of these men. And that's just the heart of the matter right there. All right, let me check the apples as they are, because listen, you don't elevate the place, you just funk and dust the place up with your nonsense. And look how more fragrant the broadcast is. Look how more fragrant the broadcast is once that dust was swept out. And before we get out of here at the end of the video, I'm going to clasp my calves for Carlos, who sent the apples through yesterday and today. I will clasp my calves. So listen. What is this I hear? I hear the apples. Yeah? Yes. Jacqueline sent 1717 at 7:22. It came in 5 minutes too late to be 7:17. Demetria sends $1 and says, giving up, no longer wanting male energy, etc. Look, so many women are giving up. You're not the only one, my dear. You're not the only one. Goodness sends $30 and says, first apple, love your show. And you know when we get 3 first-time apples in, you know I bust a wine for you. Here, let me here. Hey, I gotta turn this up a little bit more. Here's my sound here. Hey. And here's your cash, Carlos. Oh goodness, yes, thank you so much. Thank you for the love and support. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Look how much better the broadcast. Listen, DeMarcus shot his own self in the foot by not sending the apples, because look how much better the place is here without him. Look how much better. Absolutely. All right, here we go. So Denise sends 25 for support. Celia sends 15 and says, great show, Tonya. Anne sends $5 and says, for replacing the self-hate I was taught with love. Oh, that is so precious. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That means a lot. Candace sends $5. Crystal sends 2 and says, a change will come if we keep using our voices. Yeah, I really believe that. However, I also wonder, because a lot of us women are just taking ourselves out of the gene pool, taking ourselves out of the gene pool, which means that our genes won't carry on. So then there's that as well, Lanita sends $5 and says, speaking truth and feeding our minds. Thank you. I appreciate that. Latanya sends $5 and says, I'm tired too. Celia sends 15 more and says, are you still considering Brazil? No, I'm not. I spoke about that in a video. I have not seen one Black woman affected by the situation in Brazil. As a matter of fact, they're very colorist against Negroid women in Brazil. So no, I'm not considering going to Brazil unless it's on vacation. But I personally am afraid to go there. Oh, speaking of which, wait until I show you. Oh God, wait until I show you. I found a video. Well, someone posted a video. I don't think that the people who came on our panel were being forthright about what the situation is truly on the ground in Brazil. Like I asked the question, are they we'll talk about that in another video, but we're going to look and see what the truth of the matter is, because is it like how he says it is over there? I don't know. We'll watch the video together. But yes, so Brahima sends $10 and says for support. Taisha sends $20 and says love your show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna open up and take one more phone call. And oh wow, there's a lot of apples that have come in. Okay, okay. Well, you know what? We're going to have to grab those after we take this phone call. So I'm going to grab those apples after. So let's get the phone lines back open. 323-488-3149. All right, there's a little bit of a delay. So let me see. Should I try to read more apples while I wait during the delay? Yes, let me do that, because at least I'll be able to get these read so that when she get the call. So Stephanie sends $2 and says, say that. Terry sends $10 and she doesn't leave a message with it. Demetra sends $1 and says, when I got rid of my kid's dad, came back to life. Exactly. Star sends $7 and says, thank you, Tonya. Anna sends $10 and says, thanks for receiving my call. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. P2 sends $10 and says, from Nico, new watcher. And he looks like a man. Well, thank you. So we do have some men in the house. Thank you. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh my God. Hello, guys. My name is Cheryl. I'm calling from upstate New York. I am on fire.
Hey, but you know what?
Hello.
We are a majority female audience, so there's no need to refer to us as guys. You can call us ladies.
Yes, hi, ladies. Hi. Tonya, I'm on fire. I totally agree with Amber Rose. Like, I am so tired. I am sick of men and not taking care of their mental health issues and wanting us to be their parents. Like, it will never make my vagina moist at all. Men are not men nowadays. Like, they whine. They're like, they want you to submit, like put lotion on my back. Like, are you like, you have to demand that. I just
What do you
feel
mean?
like
Lotion on the back? You dry back man?
like just the submissiveness that they expect of you. Like, you're not giving me anything to be submissive, like, to you for.
So
Like,
you're
I
saying
am
you don't have a
so
problem with lotioning his back, but as long as he's holding up the mantle of manhood, that warrants it.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
just I'm tired. I do not want to have sex as well. I do not want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm fine being single. I have my peace. I have my healing. Why would I want to be with someone that's not whole? You know, I'm whole. I'm working on my healing, and you can't even take it accountability, or like, I'm just not, I'm over it. I'm numb. I really am.
Wow, that's deep.
Whether you're
Thank you for
or you're
sharing that.
like men, yeah.
Wow, that's deep. That is really deep.
Thank you for your content. I love your show. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you for calling in and sharing your point of view. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that was a quick call. So we'll take another call. So the phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. We'll read some more apples while we wait for the next phone call. Okay, so we have Erin that sends $55 and says, thanks for all you do, Lady T. Thank you. All right, and let's see. So we have Elaine that sends $2 and says, love your show. Anna sends $20 and says, please, women, don't give up, just postpone. Yes, I feel you on that. You're in the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Taji, and I'm calling from Kansas.
Your name is Taji?
Yes.
Hi, Taji. Do you identify as male or female?
I'm actually a lesbian. I consider myself a stud.
Oh, okay, okay. So Taji, well, how does this conversation relate to you? Because from what it is that I'm
Well,
hearing, once you studs start taking up the mantle of manliness, you all are abusing these women out here too. So let's hear what the real deal is. Go on.
well, my first comment was going to be on the Amber Rose situation. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Amber Rose crawled so Lori Harvey could walk.
Oh.
She gets a. I never really thought about what she said before, how she was the first like famous like girlfriend kind of deal. That's essentially
Mm-hmm.
what Lori Harvey's doing. Neither one of them really contributed to anything culturally, but they
Mm-hmm.
get to be with these wealthy men and get famous off of it. And I think men really hate when women can price their own standards. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
there was a point in time where men could just have money and get beautiful women, but now
Yeah.
beautiful women can pick the men that they want, and they don't
Mm.
like that because they lose access. So I think that's why they get so much hate from the men specifically.
So why do you think people think of Amber Rose as this big time SLUT when we don't know of her even being out there like that?
Because she exudes this like sex appeal.
Yeah.
You know, like that's really what it is. A lot of the a lot of a lot of guys base their opinion on her based off of like rumored people she's been with. Because if we actually talk about the people she's actually been with, it's only been like four dudes. So it's
Okay.
really not that many at all.
Right. But you remember
But
back
it's
in the
like
days, Jennifer Lopez, she was married to like four different men, and they were calling her those names too because she got married a bunch of times. It was so bizarre. I never understood that. So I appreciate your comment on that. So now let's talk about studs and taking up misogyny. Are you married?
no, I'm single.
How long you been single, Taji?
About a year.
Okay. So why
Yeah.
are you not settled down?
It just never happened like that, well you probably don't know, but a lot of times young queer people are dating is not like straight people's dating. So like I didn't get a girlfriend in middle school and have all these experiences through high school. Like all my experiences were much delayed up until adulthood
So,
when I was outside of my parents' house. So
uh-huh. So are you
a
telling me
lot,
that you in
yeah,
these streets now, Taji? Is that what you're telling us?
I actually just got out the streets. I turned 32 this year, so I'm kind of know what I like and what I don't like, and did all the experimenting and running around. And I think my heart's content with all that, you know.
So were you a slut yourself?
Honestly, I would say no, but if you were to ask me how many people I've had sex with, I couldn't tell you. So I think
Is
based
that
on that,
many?
it's a little slutty.
So you out there
The way
bumping beavers from here to there?
hey, from Vegas to Tennessee, you know what I'm talking about? Nah, it's just like
Are you doing women
sometimes
dirty,
you,
Taji? Are you doing women just as bad as these men are or similar? Because I've heard stories. I've heard
I
stories
wouldn't say
that you
I would.
Mhm.
In my opinion, I wouldn't say I would just because I came up in a household with domestic violence and stuff like that, and I don't play that. You got one time
I'm
to
not
buck up
talking
at me,
about
then
domestic
it
violence.
really
I'm
turns me
talking
off.
about rolling around in between the sheets.
I,
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I've had my fun, but I'm not a player. Like I ain't never lied to nobody and told them I was in love with them or made them think that we were in a relationship to get none. Like honestly, the way lesbian dating works, we'll meet up, have fun one day, and be together for like 3 days, and then that time period we probably have sex a couple times. That's kind of how our dating experience is.
So you stay together for 3 days rolling around. And then
Yeah, I mean
after
we do
that, what
other things
happens?
like eat, but
And then what happens? And then what happens after the 3 day roll around?
sometimes it can progress, and sometimes it just gets cut off. I actually have a best friend of like 5 years. We had a 3 day date, and then we stopped talking for a year. because we didn't have chemistry past that. Then a year later, we met up again. It turns out we were like really good friends. But that's like what I was kind of pointing to with like dating for queer
Mm-hmm.
people. Some it's like it's for one, it's not a lot of queer people, contrary to popular belief. So you meet someone that's attractive and you have chemistry. It's easy to automatically think it's sexual or intimate when it could really
Okay.
just be friends.
Oh,
So
I see.
you
I
kind of
see. Well, let me ask you this question
yeah
because I'm glad I have a stud on the line, right? Because
yeah.
I was wondering about this the other day. Um, because I was thinking about these guys who are incels, right? And these quote unquote nice guys and all of this, right? Part of the reason that they're so upset
Mhm.
is because they can't use women. Because if given the opportunity and given the chance, they would act just like these men who have access to women. And then I thought about in the
Mhm.
lesbian community how I have heard lesbians complaining about the masculine presenting lesbians and how they are players just like men. So when given the opportunity, they align themselves with the misogyny and the toxicity that men exude and then start running through women, lying to them, etc. Now we know you say that you don't do that and we believe you. Why does this happen? What's going on with this phenomenon with why do women go and perpetuate this onto other women once they become masculine presenting?
I think it's just what you emulate. You know, oftentimes we emulate the people we admire, and if you're masculine and you want to be seen as masculine and you try to do all these things that the quote unquote masculine people around you do, like I'm not going to say I've never seen lesbians with like toxic masculinity because I have, I absolutely have. I've seen them cheat. I've seen them get in fights with their girlfriend. Like I've seen some pretty messed up situations. I'm not going to say it's not in our community, but I think it's just emulating that. And sometimes when you're young and you're a masculine girl, sometimes people kind of force you to be even tougher. It's almost like, oh, you think you're a boy, I'm going to show you, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
but I'm not just talking about the
they,
toughness. I'm talking about the toxic version of masculinity, running through women, lying to them, using women, um, you know, betting them and then deading them. So that's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying like you can almost get the similar upbringing. Like girls say the same things that you tell the boys. It's just that most girls don't identify with the masculine side. You know what I mean? So if I want to be like my brother and my uncles and my dad and stuff, then I'm going to identify with what they're saying and try to perpetuate that specifically because that's what men do or that's what masculine people do. And then also, you just have to consider when you talk about masculine presenting women, there's even a smaller portion of that that are actually trans identified and they don't, maybe they're not out, maybe they don't know that, so they could take it to a further extent. But oftentimes, if you're young, especially back in the day, when you're a masculine woman, people are a lot harder on you to prove that you're not a man. You know what I mean? So
No, I
you
know.
you
I
essentially
know.
become toxic, just like similar to like a little boy that's being told not to cry at like 6. Just imagine somebody doing that to a little girl who's already masculine identified. It's going to show up similar ways that it would for a young man.
Mm. So you're saying that the uncles and the cousins, the guys in the neighborhood that are talking about their relationships with women and how they treat women, that if a person wants to identify as, as more masculine, then they do what the masculine people around them do and have conversations like that.
Very similarly, I personally never really subscribed to that. I wasn't raised around a lot of guys, but I do have studs in my life that I know have been solely raised around guys and were brought up with the boys who do identify with certain things way more on the men's side than I could understand.
Okay,
You
so let
know.
me let me ask you this question. So I can imagine that as a masculine presenting woman that you enter into a lot of spaces and have conversations with men, right? That they open up and
Mhm.
they're more of themselves around you.
Yes.
Do men see women
It
as human?
No, not really. And when I was younger, because it's a long story, but I was very masculine presented when I was a lot younger, so it was harder to tell my gender because I was prepubescent. So a lot of times they would think I was a guy and they would just let loose. There was a time when I was in school and there was STDs going around and the teacher had a talk with us and he didn't realize that I wasn't a boy and the way he was talking about the girls to these young boys was like really disgusting as if
What was
both
he
of them weren't
saying?
spreading STDs together.
What was he saying?
He was just pretty much saying you got to wrap it up with these nasty girls. And I'm like, usually the guys sneak into the girls' dorms. And he didn't say nasty girls. He called them like hoes and stuff. But it was just really weird because you would think he was this older man with children. You think he wouldn't speak like that, But he kind of let loose. And my friend was like, "Hey, we got a girl in here," and they kicked me out the classroom because he didn't want me to hear what the rest of what they were going to say. And there was
Wow, are
another
you
situation.
serious?
Yeah, there was another situation where there was a guy in our class. He was promoted, so he was really young, and they were making fun of him that he was a virgin and saying how the first time he had sex, he's going to talk about how it tickles. And I remember thinking that's really weird to say to this like 15-year-old in front of all these guys that are a little bit older than him.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, the initial question was, do they look at women as humans? And they don't. Like every woman's a bitch or a hoe until he
what
likes
makes you
you.
say that they don't think of us as women?
Can you repeat that?
What makes you say that they don't think of us as women? As human, sorry. What makes you say that they don't think of women as human?
Y'all, every woman is a bitch or a hoe until he likes you. If he don't know you and he don't like you, you a bitch or a hoe, and that's just simple. He can see you across the street, minding your business, and he gonna say, "Look at that bitch over there." He could see you and be attracted to you and say, "That's a fine." It doesn't matter. You're just gonna be that first. And then also just like the things they do, like I've heard guys like, for one, I know New Orleans has a really high HIV rate. I met a guy from New Orleans talk about how he was stealth all the time, trick girls and having sex and take off the condom. And he was like notorious for going there all the time. And I'm just like, I can see why that happens where you're at if guys think like you all the time there. Like it just be like things like that. And it's like you do realize that you can have some self-respect in this situation as well. You know?
Wow. So just to let you all know that in many states, stealthing has become assault, intimate assault. That's when a person removes the protection that you all, because you didn't consent to have unprotected intercourse with them, and if they remove that, that is assault, and you can have them arrested for that. So how did you get submerged in a lot of this toxicity and be able to weed your way out of it?
Well, I was raised by a single mother, and I moved around a lot. Like I was a kid that like stayed at grandma's house and stayed at my aunt's house for like a year
Okay.
or so. So I was constantly exposed to different things. My grandfather was a preacher, and my aunt was a social worker, and they just had completely different lives. My mom lived in the project, so I was forced to see other things. My grandfather was much like my father. I kind of compared most men to him because by the time I came up, my grandpa was a stand-up man. He was a preacher. He worked into his 60s. He always took care of my grandma no matter what she did. If I needed anything ever in life,
Got you.
a
So you
place to
had
stay, it don't matter
positive role
whatever it was.
models. So I want you to expound a little bit more since we have this resource on the line because the men, when we had the phone call, when we opened up the lines to XY chromosome persons and they called in, they
Mm,
tried to gaslight me, but I feel like you may be more
yes.
honest because we are all keepers of the womb, right?
That is something I noticed with the whole manosphere is that men will run the risk of looking absolutely stupid in order to make sure a woman looks wrong or make you think you're wrong. Like they're so good at gaslighting, or at least they believe that they will
Yeah.
complete up tell a straight up lie. with a straight
Yeah.
face in order to just to make sure the woman's wrong. It's like it's
Yeah.
so disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so
So
lame.
so give us another example of why you say that men don't see women as fully human. Not all men, but across the board, men who were raised in misogynistic patriarchies like ours.
Well, they don't even care to help the little boys be better men. They don't. I've seen like people degrade their baby mamas and wives that they like still with, still talk about cheating, even though they might baby mamas having a rough pregnancy. They don't care about either woman. They they just don't care as much. Like you're you're not as smart as them. Your value is less because you're not as physically strong. They say your emotions make you irrational. It's just all those little things compiled. It's just you are just something for their pleasure. And that's why they get so angry that women don't want to serve them because that's the point of you existing for them. Because they don't like women. Like men love men. They would never admit it's homoerotic, but it very much so is very homoerotic. Like if they could sit around and touch each other and consider gay and still come home to their women and kids and have this presence of manhood, then they would. Because they love men and women always want to be a it would suck being a straight woman because that's what you're attracted to and that's what you desire, but oftentimes they don't look at it the same way. And they're telling y'all like they want sex. They want cooked food. They know you're emotional and they would still say these things. Like they'll say you're emotional and then be like, but I just want you to cook and clean. Like if you actually wanted a woman and you cared, you wouldn't say those things out loud in order to get one. Common sense. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how much they don't care. They will want something from you so bad and make it sound like the worst degrading thing and be angry that you don't want to do it. And it will gaslight you.
Wow.
Oh, you're not traditional. Yeah.
This call was so
I feel bad
eye-opening,
for a lot of women.
Taji. Huh? You said you feel bad for a lot of women, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
maybe look, more and more women may be coming over to your side. They might be sending the plethora of new fresh women over, you know? You never know.
I mean, it's women out here that's into that. It's studs out here that take care of kids and everything. You remember the story with the McDonald's? Ain't no stud gonna let that happen.
You've become
Where
very
the
hollow. You've moved away from the microphone. I can't really hear you anymore.
I'm sorry, can you hear me now?
I can. You losing focus, Taji? Come on, this is the end of the phone call. You came up with the last thing to say. Well, what's that you saying now?
I, I was just saying, like, you know the story about the guy bringing one kid to McDonald's. A stud ain't gonna do that. She gonna bring everybody to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? She gonna get a
Okay.
pizza.
I got
But
you.
it's
I got
different. But
you.
I ain't gonna say they much better. But
I got
hey,
you. I got you. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for your honesty on tonight's phone call. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you for having me. I really love your content.
Do you? What is it? How do you benefit from my content as a stud lesbian?
I like your content because I like to hear the rationality versus the reactiveness that the men have of just lying and pushing these weird narratives. So I like being able to see the opposite side because I don't agree with that. Like I try to check my toxic masculinity all the time. Like I still have certain things that I'm gonna do and not gonna do, but I don't think that women are responsible for men underperforming. And it's just I just prefer to hear from women because I'm here either way. I'm
Interesting.
black.
Oh, because you date women. So, okay, I got what you're saying. So
Mm,
my videos assist in the dating dynamic between masculine and feminine. Interesting. And you said you have to check your own toxic masculinity. What toxic masculinity do you have that you have to check that you're aware of?
like I kind of oftentimes, well, it might be a southern thing, but I kind of feel like I got it. Like no matter what, like I got you. But a
What
lot
do
of
you
women
mean?
nowadays they don't want to subscribe to heteronormative gender roles. So it doesn't matter if I want to pay for everything or if I got to try to lift the heavy stuff or go check the noise at night or kill the bug or and it's not even just those simple things, but just stand
But why
back,
do you
I
say
got
that?
it.
Why do you say that
All
those are the
women,
toxic masculine things? Those sound like the positive masculine traits to me. Paying, killing bugs. That don't sound toxic.
and I don't want to say it's just those things specifically, but always feeling like I'm kind of like the man in the situation, I guess I would say, because I'm not a man. I'm masculine, but I'm not a man, so I don't have to jump and do the things that a man would do with a relationship with two women. And women are
Listen,
kind of, showing me that we don't have to be
really?
heteronormative.
Oh my
But there
Lord!
are some things that's
Don't
not
let
going to
them
change.
corrupt you. Don't let them corrupt you. Listen, I'm sure there are plenty of ladies out there who would love to be in a relationship with a masculine person who subscribe to the gender roles. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. All right, Tashi, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right. Wow. That was a deep phone call there. We learned so much. We learned so much. I appreciate all of you. Listen, I'm going to ask you all what the self-love lessons are. We're going to check the apples one last time. And then after this, I'm going to check the apples. I'm going to get your self-love lessons, check the apples, and then I'm going to give you all the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video. So let us go ahead and grab these last apples. So if you want to get your apples in, get them in now because I'm only going to read apples one more time. And let's see. All right. So Zahara sends 555 and says, do a collab with Ken. Yeah, I want to do a collaboration with him. I do. I want to do a collaboration with him. I guess we just have to get it set up and work that out. Kimberly says, if it costs me my peace, it's too expensive. I know that's right. I know that's right there. Don't pay with your peace, girl. Key sends 333 and says, I still believe in love and healthy relationships. I do as well. I'm just tired. A lot of women believe in it. That's why, I don't know. Women are just tired. Tierra sends 444 and says, sending love because you are awesome sauce. Yay! Thank you. I appreciate that. Lori sends $5 and says, from Shady Car. Delphina sends 25 and says, the first apple, thank you for expressing divine feminine power. You're so wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so let us look at your self-love lessons. So type out SLL and let's see what are the self-love lessons that you learned from today's video. We were talking about Amber Rose. We opened up the phone to have some very deep conversations from everybody who called in. So listen, come on, self-love lesson from tonight's video. Brad, why aren't you building a house, arguing with women in women's space? There's somebody here arguing with women? It must be one of those blocked men who came back under a different account. They just can't stay away. I don't see any comments from someone named Brad. So I'm scrolling through now. Pamela says the last caller was informative and it brought, it was confirmation. SLL, and this too shall pass. I pray I'm still alive to see it. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. I love that. Okay. Change your diet. Keep doing me. If it was meant to be, wouldn't it have happened already? Love yourself. Let me see these self-love lessons. Type in SLL. Men are little boy in grown man body. What are the self-love lessons, Shady? I'll cook for myself and the child I gave birth to. Love yourself more than what others think of you. SLL, you have to define who you are and stand firm in that regardless of men's opinion of you. Yes, that is a self-love lesson that was talked about. SLL, love me first. Self-love is the first and best love. Yes. Okay. Oh, so the admins got him? Perfect. I'm not an experiment, okay? Celibacy is needed for healing. Prioritize self-love. Trust gut instincts. Take time to heal. Go after what you want. Love yourself through the good and the bad times. You will always be worth it. Yes, men do not determine a woman's value. No, not at all. Protect your peace. It doesn't matter if you are not able to please someone who doesn't like you. Yes. I don't need a man to determine my value. Drink water and heal yourself. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Get those last apples in while these comments are scrolling. I'm going to check the apples one last time, and then I'm going to give my self-love lesson, and we're going to jump out of here. We have 1,000 people on YouTube. We have 109 on Facebook. Let me check up on Twitch. They mama shouldn't have spared the rod. We got our one person on Twitch. Hey, Twitchy. It ain't men's fault. That's all they know. Allow women to be right / don't be stupid in order to be right over a woman. Oh, so Zachary learned some self-love lessons. But I guess from that last caller. Okay, well, some men are learning some things. You know, as soon as we got rid of the dust, it allowed the air to be clear enough for other men to be able to get their comments across. It's okay to be single than to be in a toxic relationship. We don't need men's validation. Support those that support you. I love that. Never let a man take away your ability to love. I know that's right. I mean, Amber Rose is in a terrible situation now where she's still heartbroken over a man who left her with a child, or who she was left with a child. I love being myself. It's the greatest thing ever. Not offering up your peace to have him. Yes, 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 yes. You know what? I'm so glad I blocked those. I'm so glad I blocked them, because it really just cleared the air for us to be able to have decent, beautiful, lovely conversations. All right, so we have 2 apples that have come in. I want a few more apples to come in so I can read them at the end of the show. So I'll just go ahead and give my self-love lessons that I learned in tonight's video. You know, speaking to the last caller was definitely confirmation, because I know men don't see us as fully human. I know from how it is that we navigate, but I also saw in real time how women are upholders of patriarchy, how people are angry at Amber Rose over what? Let's say she decided to take 1 million. How does that affect you? There were women who were living in the Playboy Bunny mansion who were able to get married and live full lives. Jenna Jameson got married. She was a full-blown P0RN star. And so it's like, there are women, as long as they are white, as long as they are whiter in complexion, they are sanitized through their whiteness, right? And Terry says Amber Rose is a woman's story, black or white. No, it's oh, you mean the single or divorced thing? No, but her story is very unique to women of color who are not able to maintain their worth and value once they have intercourse, especially with black men. I don't know if it's just black men that lowers a woman's worth. Bedina is saying Amber Rose will recover. It's been 13 years, she said, since her relationship with Kanye. She's not going to recover from how he talked about how he had to take all those showers to wash her off of him. Meanwhile, he was with a full-blown adult tape star. Gaming is talking about, I finally made it to a live at the end of the broadcast. We done been here for 2 hours. Oh my gracious, I don't believe that. So the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video, the self-love lesson, I'm waiting for one more apple to come in. The self-love lesson that I learned from today's video is really, I learned a few different things. You know, I learned the importance of staying on top of your mental health care. I learned the importance of continuing to just, I don't know, to shift your type, maybe. I don't know. I learned that, you know, when she was talking about how people put on their representative in the beginning, I realized that a lot of men have been gaslighting women into saying choose better, But these men don't come into the relationships acting crazy. They come in, being all sweet and all this other stuff. And so I realized that she has some of the same issues that the rest of us have. That getting gaslit and manipulated and lied to by people who are pretending to be one thing, that she has that. Wait, Miss Dara got a timeout. Oh, maybe we have some overzealous maybe they clicked on the wrong person's thing. Oh my goodness. They don't know that she's on a text notification squad. I don't know what it is that you said. So, but Neil, but I realized that she has some of the same issues that we have. Hearing from Taji was so important. I'm going to cut that phone call up and put it up by itself because I feel like a lot of us need to hear what Taji had to say, especially about how toxic males indoctrinate younger males into the toxicity. And I cannot say that I have not heard toxic conversations being spoken to the boys in my family when I was young, and I felt really disgusting. I mean, I had a memory while Taji was speaking when she was talking about that teacher, and I had a memory come to me about some toxic stuff I heard the young men in my family being told by an elder. And I remember that it made me feel worthless and disgusting as a girl. I remember that I was, and I don't know how I forgot about that, but I remember overhearing this conversation. And because what it is I heard the conversation when the matriarchs were around. And once the women left the room, the way the men were talking to the young boys, I felt disgusting as a girl. I felt as if I was cursed with having a vagina. And I wished for the longest time that I didn't have a vagina until I developed fibroids that actually blocked off my vaginal canal. That's a bit of intimacy that I didn't plan on sharing publicly. But I realized that my wishing and wishing and wishing had made me develop, maladies in my body. And I realized how that was the manifestation because I used to wish for a long time that I didn't have a vagina. I used to wish that I didn't have one. And I ended up developing fibroids, and the fibroids were so large it blocked off my vaginal canal. And I feel like that was something that through the pain and the trauma that manifested itself in the physical. So I really want to encourage you women out there to be careful about the things that you're saying. When you start saying that you want off this earth, that you don't want to be here anymore, that this is too much, and sometimes even wishing that you weren't here anymore, be mindful of your words. If there are things, I remember when I was living in Japan, I remember I had to go to sleep to wake up for work the next morning. And I remember wishing that I didn't have to wake up at all. I remember wishing, I was like, I wish I didn't have to wake up. And I said, oh, wait a minute. I said, by the time I start wishing that I don't have to wake up anymore, that's death. And I said I needed to leave that job, and I got the hell out of that job. Terry, I don't need any type of sympathy or anything. This is not don't look at me to analyze me or feel sorry for me. Look at yourself. These are opportunities for you to look within and figure out how your own mind can manifest dis-ease in your body, right? And so that's what I'm saying. So please, this is not about me. This is part of the reason that I don't really talk about myself too much in the videos, because you all make it about me. But this is really about you. Look at yourself, right? Look at yourself. Oh, okay. So we got some more apples in. So let me go ahead and read. These are the last apples. You can also send apples after I'm off the air, right? And you can do that. Oh, Terry is a woman, not a man. It's really about analyzing yourself on the inside. It's never about analyzing anybody else. Like, there were some people who were trying to talk about Vanessa and how she showed up on the phone call. That takes a lot of courage. Don't sit there in the peanut gallery, discussing other people and what they've done wrong, because that only brings more separation with yourself. When you start criticizing other people and what other people are doing wrong, it brings separation in yourself to be vulnerable, to be real, to live your truth. Because Vanessa called in and spoke truthfully about some things that were going on inside of her. And to criticize her is to deny yourself your own humanity. Because I can look at anybody's life here on this broadcast. I can take a look at any of you and tell you what you should be doing differently. Like how people looking at Erykah Badu and her daughter and saying what they should do differently. I can look at you. Anyone on this broadcast can look at you and tell you what you should do differently. It's so... Listen, I don't know who you're telling to go suck on their mother, but it's too much. It's too much. You've been put in a timeout, and by the time you come out of timeout, we'll be gone, right? So I just want to encourage you to really, truly look at yourself. Just really, truly look at yourself. Look at what your mind is manifesting. If you have a job or your relationships are creating thoughts inside of you of not wanting to be here, or this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying, capital S word or whatnot, you leave those relationships. You are much bigger and much broader, much wider than those. Leave that job, leave the relationship, leave the state, leave the city, leave the country if you need to. Absolutely. Leave. And No's talking about we're all sinners. I do not believe in sin, but all of us are perfectly imperfect. We're perfectly imperfect. All right, so let's go ahead and read these last apples, and then I'm late for where it is that I wanted to go. I hope I'm not too late. Debbie sends $2 and says, I want to kiss his good eye. I don't like when we do that as women. I don't like when we romanticize men for doing what it is, for just being decent human beings. I don't resonate with it. It's like, okay, he's doing which she's talking about Ken. Listen. We do not know him behind the scenes. I don't know him behind the scenes. We only know what it is that we see in front of the camera in small little snippets. So let's save our affections for ourselves and people that we have personally vetted. I love your comment and I love your enthusiasm, but I just want us as women to not do that, okay? So P2 says, just want to know, how can I do better for a woman? Okay. I hear you. I did a video the other day called the top 3 mistakes men make with women. Watch that video. It's a very powerful video. So watch that. Shireen sends 371. Oh, she sent some pound sterlings my way. Thank you for helping me confirm that I deserve more. I'm so glad. This is all about you. L says, self-love lesson, don't engage trolls or you get the time out. Oh my goodness. So, Miss Dara, were you engaging the trolls? Oh my goodness. Tony sends $1 and says, fabulous show and guests. More. Thank you, I appreciate that. Glynis sends $5 and says, your live was fire. It was a great live, wasn't it? This was a really good live. I started out, and I wasn't even really going to talk about Amber Rose because, the topic it's not really getting that much airplay, but I thought it was an important topic. Tierra says, the safe space you create for us women. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anna sends $15 and says, we can be the change we want and desire. It starts with us. Absolutely. And Dion sends $2. I appreciate that. So this was a really great broadcast. I'm going to show you all. We brought in 490. We brought in $498 during this one broadcast. Wow. We really did the damn thing. Thank you. And somebody will send $2 after we get off air to make it an even 5. But wow, that I'm pleased. Anytime I bring in more than 200 for a broadcast, I feel pleased. So this I'm super pleased with. So Thank you all so very much. I gave you all the self-love lessons that I learned in this video, and the self-love lessons that I learned were aplenty. You know, I really did. You know what, Taji, thank you so much. I appreciate you showing up. I am glad that you were able to get through, because that call was exactly what it is that we needed at this time. So thank you. And thank you to everybody who sent the apples through to support the show. It's in your support that you allow me to be able to do what it is that I do. With the apples that have come in, I'm looking for an editor to be able to help me edit video. So I'm really appreciative of that. You all have helped me be able to create my set to be so beautiful. You all have given me the capacity to have all of this different makeup made so that I can create different looks and all of this other stuff. So thank you. I appreciate all of you for helping me be able to perfect this software and get the equipment, you know, like this high-powered microphone that we have, and the audio equipment and all of this behind the scenes. So thank you all so much. You all have been able to help me level up the broadcast and give me the freedom and autonomy to be able to plan things like retreats. And we need to, the spring is coming up, so we need to get ready for the vitamin E drive. So stay tuned for that. Listen, I know a lot of you have been waiting for it. I had a dream about it earlier today. So absolutely, absolutely. So stay tuned for that. And I'm working on a few different things. I actually probably need to get myself, I have a business mentor, and I probably need to get myself a business coach, because I have a lot of things that I'm working on, like the card game, the questions to ask to weed out the people who are not for you. It's more than just a card game. I'll tell you about that. It's okay, Kimon. We'll see you in the next video. You can go ahead. But yeah, so thank you all so very much. Thank you all so much for showing up for yourself, because I really love when we're able to talk about these deep topics like tonight and be able to find healing, not just about the viral stories that don't have meat and potatoes to it. I love that you all give me a platform to be able to bring meat and potatoes to viral stories, so that it's not just about us sitting up here discussing people's fake ass and boobs and that type of stuff, but really digging in deep to do the work. So thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you all in the next video. Go out there and, ooh, wow, somebody's written a book. What on earth? Is somebody, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. But listen, go ahead out there. Let's bust a little wine before we get off of this broadcast. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and being a part of today's live show. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey! Thank you so much for coming out today and participating in today's conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo, woo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I look like Celia Cruz in the dark. Hey, let me get my ritmo. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, hey, hey. All right, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. We should be doing the long reaction broadcast tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to come out and do it. All right.